Finding the empirical formula and finding the molecular formula of a pure substance are important skills. 2 experiments allow us to do this rather easily. First, an elemental analysis of the substance will give the percent mass attributable to each of its constituent elements. Second, a mass spectrum of the substance will give the mass of a molecule of that substance, or equivalently, its molar mass. With the elemental analysis alone, we can only find the empirical formula of a compound. If we have the percent mass of each element in the compound, it is easy to convert them into masses just by imagining that you have 100 grams of the substance. The percent mass of an element thus becomes its mass in grams. In and of themselves, the masses mean little. What is important is the number of moles of each element. To get the moles, one divides each mass by the molar mass of the element. Now, the number of moles are not the essential point. What is important is the relative values. To establish the relative values, take the smallest number of moles and divide it into all of the number of moles. What should emerge is a set of simple integer ratios among all the constituent elements. If you do not get a simple integer ratio, multiply the smallest integer required to achieve a simple integer ratio. Once you have this, you know the empirical formula. Without any indication of the molar mass, we can only determine the empirical formula. However, if the molar mass is known, the molar mass of the empirical formula must be the molar mass itself, precisely 1/2, precisely 1/3, or 1/4, and so on. If it is not so, then an error must have occurred. When properly done, one can easily reassure oneself that it was all correctly done. Simple ratios and simple fractions can only arise if the numerical calculations are properly executed. If this is not the case, you have made an error along the way.